everyone, I'm Miyoko.
And I'm Alana.
And this is Mad Woman, a safe space created for women made authentically different.
This episode is called The Truth Teller, and today we explore our inner child. Let's explore shadow work together.
What is your relationship like with your inner child today?
Today we besties.
Yeah, I feel like I live it through my son. I think doing watching all the old cartoons and taking him out for walks and shit I wanted to do I think I used to do when I was a kid, but
you're getting back into with your kid. Mm-hmm. Like I hear what you're saying.
What's your favorite thing you do right now with Harlem that you used to do
reminds
as a kid,
me
of your childhood?
We watch new movies like almost every week, and only because she stays stuck on the same ones. Like
Frozen.
Like Frozen and Moana. Like that shit came out before you was even thought of. Sorry, but like she stays stuck on those. So I think my favorite thing to do with Harlem is introduce her to the things that used to light me up when I was a little girl, for real. Like I put Cheetah Girls on for her the other day. And my whole inner child, like, just lit dancing up. I was dancing. I was singing. What? Every word. What? What's her name? Chuchi. Yeah. It just gave me a whole Amigas. Yeah, it just brought me back.
Y'all should have been there for Halloween, though.
She didn't know nothing about that until Halloween. Literally. We just watched it. We just watched it. She's just now getting out of animation and is able to watch, like, real people on the TV. Yeah, it makes sense. Like,
see, I'm not there yet. My baby only one, so
he ain't even watching.
And he's animation. A boy, so it's gonna be really different. I can't wait to do the rough stuff I used to do as a girl, being in the park with the boy. Yeah, the sports. I can't wait for that era because that's the only thing we can really tussle at right now.
The sports. What is your relationship like with your inner child, with Little Yoke?
Little Yoke used to just be so quiet in the corner. Always wanted to be with her mama. Like,
she's still quiet in the corner.
I am still quiet in the corner, but I express myself way more than when I was a child and just used to just be watching shit and let shit happen. Because now I'm just like, like stuff that I went through for sure. My son is not going to go through it at all.
Definitely.
And I'm nipping in the bud right now. Anybody can get it from my kid.
So you would say your relationship with your inner child right now is just pretty much like protector?
Yeah, I think I'm in that protective, like, don't fuck with my kid stage, like, because I'm not having it.
Got it. Okay.
I
like that answer. What experiences from your girlhood play a prime role in your womanhood today?
I think softball is probably one of the most important things that happened to me, because if not, I still will be that little quiet girl that don't stick up for herself, don't say nothing, because now that made me like I'm that bitch.
Well, let's be real about it, you were.
Yeah, I was. But I never spoke of myself like that. Like when people be like, "Oh, are you good?" Like I don't know. You got to see for yourself. Like I'm real humble, and I think I'm at that point where it's like, fuck the humbleness no more, because I just need to be like, yeah, I'm that bitch.
So you're giving her a voice for real?
Yeah.
There's no other experience other than sports?
Because that was a lot of my childhood, like either being at home or playing sports.
But then you said something earlier where you said the way you operated with your son, protective. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you need to protect him from that you weren't protected from when you were a little girl?
I would say the way that people talk to me as a little girl, like, why are you talking to a child like they're a grown person? Like, we can have a conversation, but talking at them like
respect.
Yeah, like they're human. They're a whole human being. Like, you have to respect them. You give respect, you give it.
You gotta give it.
Like, so I think that part is,
I get it. I would say experience for me that play a prime role in my womanhood today. Off the top of the dome, shit, my childhood was rough. I would say, here we go, talking about protection again. I would say my dad being gone. That whole that moment, I'm just gonna call it a moment, Those couple of years definitely play a role in my womanhood today when it comes to me feeling my stability. Let's just say that. When he was away and my mom was just, being Sally homemaker and going to work and making sure everybody was good and stuff like that, I would say I really had to step up and become a woman before womanhood was even introduced to me, type of thing. Yeah, before I even had a sense of, like during that period of time, I remember my mom struggling a lot. So it was a lot of stuff that I withheld myself from because I don't want to put that extra burden on her back. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna be a mom to my siblings while you're a mom to me and my siblings and the provider and
the nurturer and the caretaker
and still 27 trying to get into yourself. Because when I think about my mom and her age,
16, I wouldn't dare know what to do with a kid at 16 right now.
You feel me? Let alone 3 at 27. So it's just like I have to give her a lot of grace for that, because that's hard. That's hard. So I would say experiences like making sure me and my daughter are stable. Security and stability is everything to me. So when it comes to experiences I take and bring here today, it's making sure I'm financially secure, making sure me and my daughter have a roof over our head, regardless if it's still 2205 or like, me building to get better. That is always in the back of my mind. I cannot fail.
Like, I don't want to miss no moments. I don't want to miss any moments. I have to be there at every single moment. That's how I'm feeling. I don't want to miss nothing. Not a first step, not a first talk, you first trying to eat something. I don't want to miss it. Because I feel like some important moments were missed. And a kid looking out in the crowd and you don't see your mama, that don't feel good.
Hell yeah. That shit eat me up. I probably missed 2 events in Harlem's whole life. And that was just because I had to go to work. But that shit still ate me up. I'm lying. 3. Because they didn't call me when she got student of the month. And that ate me up because I don't have no pictures of my daughter getting a student of the month certificate. Like, parents need to be there for that. Sorry. But yeah, I get that part. But yeah, like stability, financials, love. I'm big on love. If there's one gift my mom ever gave me during my girlhood, it would be the gift of love, the gift of giving. Like, regardless of what she had, whatever her resources were, whatever state we were in, my mom loved on me, loved on us. Like, that was just number one. Like, regardless of what we have, I'm gonna make sure my kids feel me. Like, feel me, feel me. Like, we feel our parents while we in them for 9-10 months. We come out, some people don't feel their parents no more. Like, in a literal sense. Like, we out of them. Some of them don't give a fuck. Like, let's just be real about it.
Yeah, because I feel like me and mama, we have a great relationship when she's over there and I'm right here. Right here. Sometimes we be...
Do you wish you could fix that, though? Like, is the little girl in you want to fix that?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't want to be close to their aunt? Of course. But, yeah, that's another episode. All right, who'd you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be a mom. I wanted the picket fence. I wanted the white picket fence with the house and the minivan, and me. I did because I didn't have it. I didn't have my mom and my dad in the same house, so that's what I saw for myself. Like, yeah, I can do that. The golden retriever, like, I need the whole 9. The American dream. Okay, that's what I want.
I think you're building that now, though. If you're outside looking in, you're building that
for myself.
You're building that.
And I think right now I'm being impatient with it because I just want it right now.
Yeah, right now. She about to get the white picket fence. She got 700. She's gonna get her picket fence.
But I just gotta let time do what it's supposed to do, and I'm gonna have it.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's loading. For real. It's already written.
It's scary to like even think I'm right here. Like, where I wanted to be at 25, 26. Like that's where I said I wanted to be a kid.
So your plans that you planned out are actually planning.
They're actually, I'm taking footsteps into them, and it's weird. Okay. Because now I'm like, all right, well, what's next? Like, but I gotta be present in what I'm already in.
Moments. You gotta take the moment in. Smell your flowers. Smell the roses. The grass is greener where you are.
Sometimes roses don't smell good.
Shit, mine don't stink. What you talking about? Who did I want to be when I grew up? It's not even about who I thought I wanted to be when I grew up. It's who I felt I had to be, if that makes sense. Or who I felt I already was. I think I'm her, but not at my highest self. I know I'm her. I think I'm already her, but there's a lot more growth to do. I'm not at my highest self yet. I wanted to be the woman who had her shit together. That's still in the works. I ain't there. I ain't all the way there yet. But we tying up loose ends. I always wanted to have my stuff together. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be, I don't even want to call it a boss. I don't like that word. I just wanted to have enough resources to take care of me and my family and the people who came with that. Like, I feel like that is my sole responsibility on this earth. Like, we were having a conversation.
I feel like sometimes she puts too much pressure
on myself for that. But like you said, all we need is one, right?
All we need is one.
Everybody can't sit on the same. Somebody gotta be the Lulu. Somebody gotta be the Lulu enough to go that extra mile. And I think I've always been that, even as a little girl, like just stuck in my own world, and it's nothing nobody can tell me. Like even my dad would tell you, like, why are you like this? Or why are you white? Because some stuff doesn't motivate me, or some stuff motivates me more than others. And it's just like, I've always been tuned into myself. I think I've always been a spiritual person, even as a little kid. Always been into God, like always trying to understand, if that makes sense. What used to be people pleasing is now just, all right, now I'm putting boundaries on it, and I'll give you that, feel me, that listening ear, whatever the case may be, some advice.
But I'm always gonna put myself first before.
I'm just now learning that. Little girl me would just give until there was nothing left to give. And I'm still giving, even though I ain't got nothing. So it's just like, I think I'm still that person now as a woman, but there's boundaries on it, if that makes sense. And we had this conversation at dinner when we were talking about my brother and why I felt the need to accomplish all these things in the name of Skylar. So Skylar is my brother. At 17 years old, he was arrested for things we will not name, but a lot of things. If you're in LA, or if you're growing up in LA, you pretty much know the culture. It is not for our black men. It is really survival of the fittest, and get out the mud or you don't get nothing at all. So that's just summing up my brother's background. At 17 years old, he was arrested, and it was just a hard time for all of us, for real. Like, it's just the heart of the family. I think he kept us all sane, even though he drove my parents insane. Like, he was the balance. He's a Libra, so he was definitely the balance of our family. But you asked me why I felt so strongly about the need to make sure everything is in line before he comes home. And it's because we grew up not in the best circumstances. We grew up pillar to post, in shelters, whatever you want to call it. We didn't have necessarily a roof over our head, a stable, secure roof over our head until our dad got home. So just going through those motions, it's like, okay, I never want my kid, my brother, my sister, my parents to ever have to fall back in a state of, well, shit, don't nobody got nothing for me, feel me? Nobody got nothing. So we got to go make something the fast way. Like, I don't want him to have to come home
and do the same shit he was doing before he got back.
We gotta have something in place for him to play with, for real. Like, he been on standby.
How long is
for them? 2017. Harlem's 5.
6 years.
Like, 6 years. So it's just like, he got all these dreams and aspirations, but he's not able to plan and make get the resources together. So it's like, we're not about to have him sitting out. Well, I'm not, feel me? Like, about to have him sitting out here like, I wish I could have done this. Like, so I'm about to go do this real quick and hopefully I could, like, no. Like, if I have the resources, if I have the brain power, if I have whatever the case may be to make something happen for me and my family, even my friends, like, I'm going to do that. And I think I've always just been that person. So I think that's still me. Are you living to the expectations you've set for yourself?
From a little girl to now? Yeah, because like you said, I am living in my manifestations right now. I have my lovely child and my lovely relationships, and now I'm just waiting on put it up high in the sky. Wait for the ring.
Put the niggas in the back.
We didn't wait on the ring. It's gonna get on the finger. It's gonna get on the finger.
In the back.
Oh baby, I can't wait till it hits. It's gonna be like, what'd you say? I can't hear you. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, she'll be happy. She would be really happy. She don't have her picket fence and her dog yet, but
you want a dog?
I want a golden retriever. That's like the most family dog you can have.
I ain't coming over.
But like I said, he gonna have his own house in the back, so he can play that shit.
I can't do. I realize I can't do dogs
now. So he gonna love a golden retriever. He can ride on the little back girl.
So you take him to the auntie house that got the dog. Tell that bitch to ride the golden retriever.
Little toot toot. We want golden retriever.
Not little toot toot.
We don't want little toot toot. We can't do shit with him. Damn it.
I think I let myself down a little bit. I would say there's a lot of situations I didn't have to be in that I forced myself to be in. And little Lana just like, girl, why? Well, that's all I said. Now we cool. We got an understanding.
So you were compromising?
No. That was just, oh, sorry, it's hot. Burn it. I wouldn't say you said compromise? Mm-hmm. Fuck no. that wasn't a compromise. That was an experience. There's a lot of experiences I thought I wanted.
Once you went through them, you're like, no, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, like, and even like as a kid, it's like you're told not to touch the stove because it's too hot. Mm-hmm. I'm just do it anyway. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, just throw the mustard on there and the cold water after.
You see, like, real shit. Like, it's just gonna go away. It's gonna heal. But I had to realize that when you do
repeatedly doing that,
it ain't gonna just go away. It's never gonna heal, and you're just gonna put yourself in a more and more shit situation. So it's just like, I wouldn't say I've met all the expectations I've set for myself. Like, I was supposed to go to college. I was supposed to be married before the baby. I was supposed to, like, have my own house. Like, there's a lot of things. I think
as too, we set ourselves up for all these expectations where it's like at a certain age and we have to do this and do that. And
you can't say it's not realistic because it's a lot of people our age doing it. So
but
it's very much tangible.
Yeah, but that's not our journey. That's their own.
But yeah, going back, that's why I had to say healing myself or just going through, because it's never finished, or going through my own healing journey and tapping back into little Lana. It was just like, I had, like, feel me, she like literally had to forgive myself for a lot of things that I have, a lot of situations that I put myself in, and a lot of expectations I have set for myself that God didn't set for me, if that makes sense. Like, there's a will. Before we get here, there's a will. And that's according to his word. We get here in the flesh and we want to do what we want. We feel like, this is for me. And it's like, nah, baby, that's not what you agreed to. So it's not going to happen like that. Yeah, like, that's not going to happen like that. So it was just like a lot of expectations I can get. Like, feel me, I can brush off. It didn't happen. But there's a lot that it was like, you got to make that happen. Like, it sits on my chest. Like, I'm back in school. Like, it's a lot of stuff I can't turn my back on. So those expectations that I've set for myself, those goals have to get accomplished.
In what ways have you allowed others to dim her light?
I've allowed others to diminish my light by just being a pushover. Like I said, growing up, I was just so free and so giving, and so like it's no give and take. It's just give, and it's just at a point in time I had to sit with myself and be like, you don't even want to give no more, and you still giving. Like, that don't even make you feel good no more. Like, you're crying behind the scenes, giving up your last $2. Like, feel me? You're crying, stressing out because you got to drive here, there, then, and everywhere, trying to do the most for people. You're, like, going out your way for people who don't deserve it, like, dumbing yourself down. There was a point in my old relationship where I was no longer Alana, like, feel me? Alana, like, I was just old boy girlfriend, like.
That's why I have to tell her.
Completely,
you're
like,
Alana Page, like, wake up.
It was like I wasn't myself. I just was a product or a byproduct of someone else's lifestyle. It was just pretty much like trophy sitting on the shelf type, and it was just like I didn't really see that until after I got out of it. And so by that time, it was just like, it really wasn't a boundary. It was just like a cutoff. Like, I had to grow out of that, because now it's just like, okay, now you're angry. Like, you're no longer just happy, free, giving. It's like, okay, you're angry and you still giving, but you don't really want to do that. So so I had to take a step back and be like, okay, what is it that's not working? Because when I give too much, I get walked all over. And when I don't give enough, then I'm bitch. And it's just like, where's the middle ground? So I think now that I'm working on the middle ground.
I don't think I don't let anyone dim my light. No, I don't think. I'm not having it. I don't think I really had it as a kid either. Because I feel like I've always had the spotlight, and I don't like it. I hate it. Like right now, the spotlight's on me, and I still, I don't like it. My light has never been dim. I feel like it's always been on me.
No, you've always, for as long as I've known you, the confidence skyrocketed. Like, not skyrocketed, but it's always been sky high.
And I think that's just,
you had to make me grow some calm.
What I've been instilled with that, with anything, girl.
Your family is like that. Yeah. Like, all the women in your family are like that. No. It's just like no room for BS, y'all, for real.
If you better come in the room and be shining bright than in this dining, because baby, we're shining. Shit.
Literally.
If you could tell her 5 things, little Paige, what would it be?
Double back on that one. I haven't think about that one. In what ways do you acknowledge, heal, and serve, little Yoko?
Can we break down that?
Acknowledge means like, okay. Acknowledge as in a sense of we're in a situation, right? Or a predicament, circumstance, whatever the case may be. And it's feeling real familiar. This shit is feeling real familiar. And it's just like, okay, this shit happened during my childhood. I'm a woman now. How would she take to this? Like, feel me, how do I protect her in this situation?
I stand up for myself. I don't let nobody push me over, I think. And two, I used to let little shit just like eat me up. So now I just, like I said, I just move for grace.
Okay.
Yeah, I just move more grace now. I try not to let little shit just irritate me, because whatever you got going on, you projecting it on me, and that shit has nothing to do with me for me to even get angry, mad. So I just walk away. Take a deep breath. You going through something, so I'm gonna just exit myself out the building.
What about healing? How do you heal her?
I think I listen and feel way more than as a kid. I think as a kid, I was just unconsciously moving. And I'll say not breathing. I'll say I started breathing in 2019. I started breathing.
What do you mean by explain what you mean by breathing?
I felt like I've been holding my breath, and I finally exhaled and start living like my true self. Like I felt like I've been holding my breath. 2019, I started breathing again.
I like that. Would you say breathing again or breathing for the first time?
Well, when I was first born, I was breathing.
Well, girl, we breathe on a daily basis.
You feel me? But okay, yeah, breathing for the first time.
Okay.
I started breathing again. Okay. 2019.
Okay.
Is that cut?
No, you still have to. We have two more. Do you feel as if there's time owed to your inner child?
Time owed.
Yeah. Oh, double back. There's one more on there. How do you serve her?
Self-care. Taking the time out.
What do you do for self-care?
My skincare, makeup. I think as a little girl, I watched my mom and my aunties get ready, because I had a young mom, so I was 5. My mom was still in her 20s, so they was going out, putting on that shit and going to the club. So that was like, oh my God, like I want to do that when I get up. So that's why I think so deep and heavy into the makeup now. That's therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
Like even going to work and the little time that I do touch on people, it's like,
yeah.
So yeah, I'll say that.
And I didn't answer this one, huh? I acknowledge Lana when I'm going through like a do I want to throw a fit moment.
Oh, you want to have a tender time.
If I want to have because it's like, I tell my therapist this, when I was younger, like I didn't give myself room to be that child. Like I had to be on my P's and Q's, make sure my mom is not stressed out by 3 because she's already stressed out by 2. Like just, making everything easy, being the pushover and taking everything from everybody. And it's just like now I'm an adult and I'm standing on how I feel. And if you take me there, then I might go there with you type of thing. Whereas to where I was younger, it's like, I'm just going to like throw away the key, like feel me, like I'm not going to say anything. So now when I feel like I'm getting into that space, it's kind of like we got to meet in the middle. Like I be whispering to her, like, we got to meet in the middle because I'm ready to go to 10. And you don't want to go there at all. But we got to let these motherfuckers know how we feel. So it's just like, I think that's how I acknowledge her. Just like giving myself space to just be, literally. Just feel and be. Like, and that's okay. Literally. I was having a conversation with my mom. She was just like, everything is valid pretty much. Like all your emotions are valid, regardless of who made you feel that way. If nobody made you feel that way, the feeling is coming from somewhere. So you have to acknowledge it. You have to dive into it, figure out where it's coming from, and patch it up. Like, and not even patch it up, but heal it. Like it's just, no other way around that but that. Like, it's only you and you. That's all you got is you, the person you came from, the person you are now, and the person you're going to be. Like, those are the only people you got to answer to. That and fucking God. That's it. Don't nobody else got nothing here for you. So I think that's how I acknowledge her in the ways that I heal her. Going back to Sarah Jakes and my gospel and my sermons and stuff like that, I'm heavily into the word. And I think that's how I heal myself. That's how I was raised. I was raised in the church. My grandma had us in church. My dad, my dad had us in church. He used to have us functions every Sunday. Every Sunday. It didn't matter where it was coming from the night before. That next morning, 7 a.m., we in that first service. So it's just like
the first one, not at 11 o'clock.
And then we ain't getting no ride home. We gotta walk home if you ain't staying for the second service. But you in there bright and early, getting your word and healing, literally. So I think as a woman now, that's how I heal myself as a woman and heal my inner child. Go back and listen to the word. How do I serve myself? Self-care. And I've also got into cooking a lot. I love cooking. So when it comes to cooking, I'm just sitting there listening to, let's double back on that, music. I serve my inner child with music as well, like music that brings nostalgia or music that just makes me feel good, like makes me light up like music back in the day would. Like,
so I said, turn on some 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
where it's at. 90s, 2000s.
I don't want to hear Sexy
Give
Red.
me some oldies.
I don't.
And I'm good with all of it. So that's how I say I would serve her. Music, cooking, self-care. If you could tell your inner child 5 things, what would they be?
Okay, if I could tell my inner child 5 things, be patient, stay true to myself, I don't know, keep being respectful, because bitches don't have respect nowadays. Be authentically different, and I don't know, just enjoy the ride. You don't know what's gonna
happen. 5 things I would tell myself is to never stress over the shit you can't control. Cause I was stressing, baby. I'm waving the white flag now with everything. I don't give a damn. God got it. I don't care.
God did.
God did. Literally. 5 things I would tell myself is to not stress over the stuff you can't control. Literally. To give yourself grace. Because
that's our word for 2024.
Grace. Life be lifing. What's that post say that I posted? Life be lifing, but God be got it. Give yourself some grace. The 3rd thing would be to just love on yourself. Like, I don't think I used to show myself no love. Like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know.
Yeah, girl, you gotta pat yourself on
the weight. I didn't know the weight that, feel me, I held, like, feel me, like, none of that. Like, I didn't know the influence that came with how I used to move as a little girl. Like, feel me, like, none of that. So I would say love on yourself a whole lot more. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Is that 5? Or I got one more? There's always light at the end of the tunnel, like, no matter what. Like, I started fucking getting enclosed on metro buses. Should have got a check for that. I ever told you about that? Bitch, I was
yeah, you got your arm.
Got smashed in the bus doors. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Went from buses and shelters to 2205. Okay, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and then I'm gonna have some land after 2205. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
2205 is your land though, still now.
No, we own that. Yeah, that's what I said. That's light at the end of the tunnel.
Bigger. We need acres now. Okay.
Yeah, and then we're gonna let grandma put that on the market. Then she can put it on the market. So yeah, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and just be you. Literally, that's all I could say. Just continue to be yourself, because can't nobody be you like you. Can't nobody do you like you. And shit, the shit that I create is one of a kind. Shit. love me. I love me.
Y'all love me too. They just be hating. They
be mad. They just be mad. I love me. I make myself laugh. I think I'm a funny person. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you ain't living right.
That's a mad ass bitch. She's angry. She's an ogre. You can't
laugh at yourself. You ain't doing something right. Yeah. So what would you say are your key takeaways from this episode?
I like to love yourself and just be true to yourself, I think, for me. Because as a kid, moving around, we listening to what somebody else telling us what to do now.
How to mold us.
And now we get, then 18, you get thrown into the pack like, well, figure that shit out for yourself now.
She was just molding and shaping.
So yeah, mold yourself very carefully, gently, and slowly. Move at your own pace when molding yourself.
I like that. Move at your own pace. Say my key takeaways from this conversation would be that I'm on the right track. I done came a long way. I'm standing on how I feel. And I'm just protecting, like, for me, it's a good thing. It's okay to protect yourself. It's okay to set a boundary. It's okay
to say no.
I cannot do it today, tomorrow, the next day.
I can't do that at all. I can't help you. I have nothing for you. My cup, the pouring over, okay? I can't help you.
I got nothing left. I got to save some for me. It's okay to save some for yourself. I think it's my key takeaway.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Mad Woman. In the comments, what is 5 things that you would tell your inner child? And the ways you acknowledge, heal, and serve them in the comments.